his sacred cow. She's perfect. Don't dare talk about her. No, no,
Hello, everybody. I am here, and I apologize for being a few minutes late. Your time is important. I hope you enjoyed the chat with each other. I know you did. You guys are all like besties by now, sister friend, besties, sister friends. All right. Let's hop into it. Hello, Vicky from Australia. Just popped up right in front of me. All right. Kathy. Okay, I'm going to just quickly run through names. Here we go. Hello, Lynn, Mama Squirrel, Kathy, Mama Kaiser, Deborah Sabella, Vicky, Marie Hickson, Knit My Bit, Little Miss. I'm not going to get everybody, but I'm just going to scroll and try to grab some. Liz, Vanteric. Little Miss, I got you. Shanna Banana. She is here. Nisa or Nisa? Sorry. I'm going to figure it out one of these days. Casey's here. Peach is here. Want a pizza me? Liz S. Janice R. Beverly Minor. Jennifer Harmon. Amy D. Janice R. I may have said that. Jennifer Herman, I got you. Janice R. And Shotzi Peace. And Nicole Aggie. Okay, that's as far back as my chat will go because I started late. My bad. I apologize. I am looking forward to this. I don't know if you've had, my hair's a little flat today. Whoa. If you haven't had a chance to see the last review that went out yesterday, I think, the third and final installment of the last hour. I have 3 videos covering the last hour. Should add up the minutes on that. They're kind of like 39 minutes, 38 minutes, and then I think 40 minutes is the last one. This was, I'm sorry, this might be a little noisy, but I'm just gonna, there we go. This was the revelation. Actually, it really wasn't the revelation. It was the revelation that Cody is quoting songs. All his crazy phrases that he says where we just think he's waxing poetic and just trying to sound intelligent. And oftentimes they don't apply to the situation, which makes it even worse. We have figured it out. We cracked the code. He's quoting songs this whole time. So, because of the way the edits and the topics were, I did pull some stuff from the end and put it in the second video. So the second video actually has 2 songs, or I don't know if it's 2 now. It's all a blur. But there's at least one song, God is My Wingman. It's a song too. My husband's like, is it a possibility that some of these aren't really songs and it's just like something he says? And I go, of course it's a possibility, but I am going to run with the fact that every time he says one of these crazy things, it's a song. If we can find the song, it's a song. Because 2 of them are full on definitely song. Garth Brooks. Nobody's going to say, I would have missed the pain. I something missed the pain, but I would have missed the dance. Maybe it's both would have. I can't remember. I would have missed the pain, but then I would have missed the dance. Okay, whatever it was word for word, Garth Brooks song. I could sit here and like replay the melody in my head and sing it, but I'll spare you. That one is clearly a quote. There's no way he came up with those words. And then lay me down in a bed of roses. Hold on. I had so many other bed of roses things that I was going to use as analogies before I realized the whole song thing. So now they're all getting confused. In a rose garden of trust. That's it. Robin laid me down in a rose garden of trust. There's literally a song that has the line, lay me down in a rose garden of trust. I don't think that's a coincidence. I don't think anybody else in the world actually put those words together. I think the band Live, that's the name of the band, Live, that wrote this, or at least sang it, had it first. Cody heard it and thought, nobody's going to know this band. That's a great line. I'm going to quote it. Although with that logic, you would think he wouldn't quote Garth Brooks either. Granted, it's Garth Brooks from the 90s, but does he not think that people his age are watching this? We all know that song. Oh, how funny, Lil Miss. I had a boyfriend in Wyoming who loved the band Live. I mean, you couldn't really see because I cut it because I didn't want copyright. I'm shocked I didn't have any copy. I mean, knock on wood. This is fake wood. I didn't have any copyright infringements, and it passed everything, and it was a check mark, and it said no copyright. Sometimes a couple days later, they come back and change their mind. So I got to keep my eye on it because I'm going on vacation. I'm leaving first thing in the morning, which is why I was a little bit late today. Like, the day before you leave for a week to go somewhere. Everything's coming up. I am not going to get to everything too before I go to bed. I know that. I only had 4 hours of sleep last night, so I got to get a good night's rest because I have a lot of driving to do tomorrow. But just so you know, I'm going to go pick up my son, which is 2 hours kind of north. And then we're going to drive about maybe 3 or 4 hours south, because his is like northwest. And then we'll go straight south, and we will spend the night somewhere in southern Ohio, and then continue on to Tennessee the next day to see my daughter and her husband, because he's never been to their house. And he's buying my son-in-law's car. So he'll be driving that car back. I was going to say to campus. He doesn't really live on campus, but he is still taking one summer class, a project class to complete his master's degree. So it feels like he's technically kind of still in school. Does to me anyway. I don't know if it does to him. But anyway, I'm very excited about it. Lots to do. I have a pile like this high of mail, bills to go through and things to take care of that I have not done for 3 weeks. So that doesn't get done before I go. Guess what? It's going all the way to Tennessee. Okay. You love Lunty. Love me singing. We are the children. That's right. I didn't even think the connection of putting another song in there. I don't think that ever dawned on me when I was singing that. It just was, as I was explaining Mary and her pie in the sky, roses and sunshine and watermelon and unicorn, rainbow description of what life would be like. Everything seemed to have this Pollyanna, well, very Robin, actually. Well, if everything could be perfect, then yes, I will. This is not an answer. That's an answer everybody could give to everything. Any question. Do you want to do this? Well, if it's going to work out and everything's going to be great and everyone's going to be happy and I'm going to come out rich in the end or whatever, then yes. Such not an answer. Who's going to say, well, only if it's going to be tough and miserable. All right. I do believe my We Are the World was off key. It was very late. Plus, I hadn't heard the tune in probably 25 years. So I put it in anyway. Okay. So we are going to cover, and one of the recommendations, thank you very much, Nisa Nisa, you still have to write in here the pronunciation of your first name. And again, you may have, but you have to just keep doing it until I eventually see. Oh, Kathy, this is so funny. I didn't realize it was you writing it first, and I just saw Jenny has a block coming after me. Because I like quickly tried to read this, and I'm like, Jenny has me block. She's coming after me is what my brain translated it to really quickly. And I'm like, who and how are they able to write in here? They're blocked. That's not nice of them to admit. Ah, Stephanie, good point. It's the beer and Skittles, Mary. This is the beer and Skittles version of Mary. I like that. I'll write that down. The beer and Skittles version of Mary. And sometimes we get the beer and Skittles version of Robin, but this was definitely a Mary one. So one of the things we are going to look for, I know that at the very top, Lynn mentioned this, but if you didn't see the beginning of the chat, we do have some drinking words established for today. I'm going with Diet Cherry Pepsi today. It's my drink of choice. And we are also going to point out any songs that we see Cody quote from henceforth and forevermore. I would like to create a list, an ongoing list, and we'll have everything from that last tell-all, which is really tell-all, only the very final tell-all. And even at that, it really was only halfway through it that I started. Those songs were all at the very end. He just kept rattling them off, which is probably another indication that that is what he was doing. He was probably going back into his file in his brain of songs that he's learned, like, what was another line that I really like? Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Let me see if I can incorporate that. Because it kind of was song after song after song, shockingly. But as I said, that could have happened in the past that he was doing a whole bunch of songs. And we just didn't know because who'da thunk, right? Oh, goodness. All right. Okay. Let's see. We are going to episode number 2. Short eye. Nissa. Thank you, Nissa. Nissa. What a cool name. Is that just like, were your parents like hippies and like really cool and earthy? Were they was your mom an earth mama? Or is it derived from a certain culture, country, region? Okay, I'm curious. All right, so here we go. Let me get it. I got it all queued up here. This is Free Range Brown. So this is the opportunity for us to see Cody watch McKelty get thrown from a horse, because he admitted he saw it, and go over, make sure she wasn't dead, and then leave her for somebody else to care for her as she was writhing and screaming in pain because he needed to teach the horse a lesson. Very different from when Robin fell off her thing. If there was any tinge of pain for Robin, we would have called life flight. Crazy. All right. This is also, I believe, the episode, unless they go back another time, but this might also be, I'm pretty sure it is, because it makes sense that it was newer. Robin was newer in the family. I believe this is the episode that after working outside all day long, that Robin's kids instantly ran to the front of the line to be, they were first for everything. They're first in the front. I didn't even realize how much to watch it. They're like front and center of every camera shot. Like, I think they were looking to see where the cameras were shooting, and boom, that's where they were. It's just seeming like it's becoming a pattern. But I appreciate, this is when Cody's mom puts them in their place and said, you kids go to the back of the line. The workers eat first. That's how it works here. Okay. Here we go. Free range browns. Episode 2, season 2.
We just went public by announcing to the whole world, national news, that we are polygamous. And a lot of things have happened. We've had a lot of news agencies contacting us. We've had cameramen and photographers at the house. And to top that off, we had our Lehigh City Police Department announce that they were investigating our family. And so it's been really stressful. Been pretty heavy. It's been troubling to the kids. So we want to get kind of back to the dirt, back to normal. And we're going to go back to my dad's ranch in Wyoming and play Cowboys.
Which would have been a great place to move to when it was time to move, don't you think?
When
Where
we get to
family
Wyoming,
was?
We're going to repaint my mom's house. And then we're also going to help my brother-in-law, Tim, on a cattle drive. It'll be hard work, but we figure it'll be kind of like a vacation because it's different than what we're doing. Most of this ranch has been in my dad's family for 5 generations. It's nice to get back there, kind of reconnect, see the family. It's a place I can go with all my family, all my wives, and no discrimination. It's total acceptance.
Well, the kids have tons of cousins at the ranch. And so they love to just go and play and play and play and play. And they love the freedom up there.
Listen how wonderful it sounds. All the cousins are there, the family's there. Why did they not move there?
18 of us, 19 of us, 18 of us going today. Cody and Janelle and Hunter will be coming up tomorrow.
So excited to go to Wyoming.
Is that all of your stuff? What are you saying to me?
That's tons of stuff. I hope you have a different outfit every day, like a completely different outfit.
3 times a day, outfit change.
You do not.
I am getting ready to go to work.
This is
Everybody's
Janelle
leaving to go to the
talking.
ranch today, and it's really busy for me right now, so I couldn't get away. So I'm going to work one more day, and then Cody and I are going to go up. It's kind of nice in my world because I have people who can get my kids there, and they can start their vacation, and then I can join them. Well, every summer my kids go up. Logan and Hunter go every summer to the ranch, so this is going home, like kind of going home for them. My kids, Dayton, Aurora, and Miranda, have never been up to the ranch before. They're used to Montana, where we used to live, and they love outdoor activities and playing and getting dirty and playing hard and stuff like that, even though right now technically they're city kids. So I guess we'll see what they think.
Oh, do they? I don't remember her
We're
saying
going
that
to be ready to go
before.
around the same time that you've got to go to practice. That'll get us out the door like 4:15. We're going to get the vehicle from
6.
I am not even halfway packed yet at all.
Are you serious?
Not even close. I still gotta pack everything. I don't even know what I'm gonna wear.
We're leaving in half an hour.
I've gotta hurry go back.
Half an hour.
We have really tried to shelter our kids from any sort of pressure from the media or from the investigation.
Yeah, there's guys outside.
This is a weight that we feel as adults, and that's where it stays.
We don't want to put it on the kids.
No.
And they're
They
seeing
need to
things,
be
they're reading
kids.
things, they're hearing things. They have kids at school asking them, and we're trying to protect them from that.
But you know what? There is truth in the fact that your children will feel the heaviness that you're feeling, even if they don't know why or what it is.
They do.
That's true.
That's true.
And I think for us to be able to go there and go, okay, I'm leaving that behind, then the kids relax too.
Robin's driving this one.
She's so wise,
Okay.
Robin.
I'm driving the other one.
And I'll drive the car.
Okay. First time. I can take one more kid in here still.
I love the sound of that tick in the engine. I'm actually going to have an hour at this house by myself. An hour by myself here. In fact, I just want to go back to work. I'm not now, man.
Naturally, an 8-hour trip. I'm thinking it'll be something like a 12 or 14.
Logan said this 8-hour trip will take 12 or 14.
We're in for a long trip.
I want my alone time. Would you all leave now?
Good Lord, Cody. You're not funny.
Breaks. Oh my goodness.
Now we
I'm going to
are
pause
off.
it for a
Really,
second,
really,
everybody.
really
I
off.
apologize. I just want to say something so I don't forget. Because it just keeps going forward. I can't write my thoughts fast enough. I have some here to say later. But did you hear him say when Robin's car was idling and it was going, he goes, oh, I love that click sound of the car. Cody, that means something's wrong. This is why they have cars that break down constantly. And this is the appropriate use of the word constantly. Every trip, I swear, something broke down. And then we see random things going throughout life where it breaks down. This is just when the cameras are there. The cameras are not even there half the time. Amazing how little he takes care of the vehicle that sustains their life when it's going 50 miles an hour down a road with other cars. Doesn't seem to care. But I bet that Lexus was in really good shape. Although wasn't the Lexus the one that blew the tire on the way down to Vegas? I don't know. We'll see when we get there. All right. Betty, thank you for hitting the like button. Just looked over. That clicking sound was over a $5,000 repair. Yep. He loves it. Okay. Try checking the oil. Yeah, it does sound like it's completely bone dry, doesn't it? You've never seen that, have you? With as many problems as they've had, you have never seen him before a trip go around, check air pressure of the tires, check the level of the oil. Nothing like that. You know he didn't take them into a service place and get them taken care of ahead of time. There's no way, because they wouldn't be all breaking down and tires wouldn't be, they'd be like, this tire's bald. You can't go anywhere on this. They would have let him know and they would have made him fix it, but he doesn't want to spend any money on anybody but himself. Yeah, he probably doesn't know how to change oil. My dad taught me how to change oil the first time I bought my first car. I'm trying to think I don't think so. If he taught me when we kind of had like the family car when I was in high school, but I know for a fact that he taught me on the car that I bought after I graduated from college because I was moving out of state, how to change my own oil so I could save money. Now it gets harder and harder to do that because they have all these you need a special tool to get in there. They have the oil filters in weird places that you can't just grab and unscrew. All right, moving on. Here we go. We're back. I'm sorry. Here we go.
Wow, so it's like 6 o'clock, 2 hours late.
2 hours late.
So we get on our way to Wyoming. The kids are starting to settle in. They're starting to doze. They're starting to kind of hang out. And we're driving up this mountain, and the car started just making this horrible, like, noise. And it was like all of a sudden it just like, I pulled off the side of the road to see what it would do. And it was just like, it was done. It was stopped. And I look, and there's all this smoke coming out of the engine. And I was just like, oh.
Oh, right. He sent them with these terrible cars, and he wouldn't even go with them.
Thinking we ran out of oil, and then we overheated.
I've forgotten that.
So we're sending Christine back.
We think we ran out of oil. He never did check the oil. You guys were right.
The entire night went sucking. We had to go all the way back and spend another night, and then come up this morning.
This is definitely putting a kink in the trip. We were stuck on the side of the road for about 3 hours. We weren't even an hour away from home.
But it's taken us 4 hours to get there.
It took us 4 hours.
The first 4 hours of a 4-day trip. I don't know. I was like, wow, what a beginning. Yeah, how's this going to go for us? The stress levels were pretty high.
We got the fluids in. It was pointless.
It was like its last breath and no resuscitation.
Well, sure, you can't do that. You're going to kill the engine.
Leave it to us to have drama, that's for sure. We ended up getting a rental van. It was like a big hotel on wheels for the kids. They loved it. So we had to just load all the stuff, take everything from the Suburban and put it into the van, and then we were ready to go again.
All right, so let's hit the road.
Okay.
Let's do this thing finally. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
On the road again.
I have never seen Robin that excited.
The Suburban broke down last night on the way to Wyoming, and we got a tow truck to tow it back to Rogers
Tell she was
Automotive,
acting
and
at the
we're gonna
beginning of this
actually
series.
Find out what the diagnosis is. Yeah, it looks good from here.
Yeah, the motor shop. That's
The motor
longest
shop.
one of the
Okay.
motor shop.
And
Because you
the
didn't put enough
radiator,
oil in it.
It might be worth replacing that radiator too.
well, what's it going to cost me? Maybe I want to be sitting. Maybe I want to fold my arms so I don't reach across the counter.
How expensive is your ignorance, Cody?
All right.
$5,163.69.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a new
I
engine,
don't think I
Cody.
can replace it or even come close to replacing it for the amount that they want. So we have to determine as a family if we scrimp somewhere else or make something else take pain. So I've just got to talk to the family.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks, sweetie. I'm gonna go now because I'm freezing. Okay. Bye. The motor is completely shot. They have to redo the whole thing. Grand total is $5,164. And so I'm thinking we're done and we just have to get a different car.
Oh, that just makes me
No,
sick.
what was that? Just all of a sudden the engine's gone?
Well, I don't
Get all the details. I didn't want all the details.
Just all of a sudden the engine's gone.
Let's go!
Let's go.
Oh my gosh. Yes, that's what happens when you don't have oil.
What? No, it's been beautiful spots.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, sweet little Garrison
You need to
sleeping.
know that one of the important things on every trip to Wyoming
Yeah.
is to stop at Red Canyon for a photo taking opportunity.
All right, that's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. All
What
right.
did you think it was going
I
to
don't
be?
know. I just had bad
No, just pictures. Just pictures. That's it.
pictures. Okay, everybody, you guys get out. We're going to look at Red Canyon. Everybody put your hands in a Y. Wyoming.
Wyoming is a W, Robin, not a Y. You said put your hands in a Y since we're in Wyoming. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, everybody buckle up, please. All right.
Janelle and I had to work, and the rest of the family wanted to get up to the ranch. So they all left the day before we did. We actually had
Still being
Hunter go
nice.
with us as well. He had football practice. We've never left on time before. And most of the time, it's my fault.
Oh, early on he was admitting fault at things?
Your gloves or your boots?
Once I brought boots.
Did you bring your boots?
Oh yeah,
I think you look really awesome on horse.
Cody, did you bring your boots? I'm sure he brought 7 pairs, 8 different pairs
My
of
mom and
jeans.
dad bought this ranch. My dad developed acres and acres into actually good farmland. I grew up in the Mormon church. We were not
I'm
polygamous.
sorry, can we pause
Mormon
it for a
church doesn't
second?
practice
I'm sorry, this is
polygamy.
going to take us forever to get through this. My mom and dad bought this land. Earlier, they said this land has been in the family for generations. Isn't that how it started? Because I remember thinking, gosh, I wonder how far back it goes. Oh, now it makes sense that it's continuing on. Cody would have inherited that land. He would have inherited that land, all the horses, had they moved up there instead of going down to Vegas, where Robin's Uncle Daddy lived. Nope. Didn't go to family up north. And then complained later that her family didn't really get a chance to know a lot of the people up there. So now, after Garrison's death, she's going to start going on a yearly basis to become familiar with his old haunting grounds 15 years later. All your kids are gone. Oh, no, wait. They should be. Well, 3. All the older kids. All right. Gosh, Robin's so dumb too. Why? The engine just went just like that? First of all, she had it going when it started. God, dumb is she? Oh, yeah. Yes, Moo. No oil. No oil. No engine. Bye-bye oil. Bye-bye engine. The engine needs oil. I mean, what does she think the oil goes in there for? I don't know. Ugh. Okay. Oh, well, look at how sweet you are. Where was that? I just went by. Anu's lovely comment. Thank you, Anu. Okay. She's a dumb moo. There you go. We'll leave that on the comment there for now. Okay, I'm going again. If anyone's, I apologize. Are people watching it at the same time on theirs? At least I'm screaming pause. All right. If you're just joining, I don't know why I have an ad on my screen. Oh, because it's paused. But it won't show me the time. Hold on. There we go. We're at around 11 minutes. Okay. And Cody just got finished saying the Mormon Church does not practice polygamy anymore. We're at a couch interview.
Anymore. So the whole polygamy thing is a vast gulf between the two religions. While I was serving a mission for the Mormon Church, my parents adopted a polygamist faith. My mother developed a belief in the polygamist lifestyle long before she ever entered into it. It was her belief that she taught me that actually opened my mind to it. So I think my mom was a total force behind my dad coming into the polygamist lifestyle. There were multiple families who the driving force into the polygamist lifestyle and into the Mormon fundamentalist faith. That driving force was actually the woman, the matriarch, the first wife.
My mom actually went so far as almost saying to Dad, I am moving to another state because I want to embrace this faith and this religion and this lifestyle. Are you coming with me? We left Thursday night at 6 and the SUV broke down, so we ended up staying overnight. And then the next day we drove all day, but we had so many stops that we ended up staying at a hotel again. So we didn't get up to the ranch until Saturday morning. Cody and Janelle had left a day after us, and they got there just about an hour after we got there.
That was like 3 days of driving to get here.
So we finally got to Cody's parents' ranch. It was just cute. It was like everybody was just open arms.
No! You're back! You're back!
Want to wrestle? Want to wrestle? This is my cousin. This is my cousin. See the resemblance, the Brown resemblance.
Samuel Brown.
Hey, sweetie.
Hey, Dad.
That's Logan is wrestling with his cousin Samuel. Grandma Janelle. Oh, wow. Brianna ran up to her like long-lost grandma. Didn't they just marry into the family?
So my dad has essentially retired from managing the ranch. Dad's 75.
Hey, guys.
I don't know.
Hi.
My dad was much older when he retired, so it's not easy to get out and get back in the saddle all the time at that age.
Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go.
I think he's really kind of the point where he doesn't really leave the house very much even.
Well, he's still like Grandpa anyway. I don't know why.
His body is broken down because of all the years of extremely hard work on the ranch.
This is Grandma Cheryl. She's my mom, Janelle's mom.
A lot of them come up in the summer for different periods of time, and it's crazy. It's just busy, but we all have a good time.
My parents.
That was Janelle's mom talking.
To the ranch, in light of everything going on, very much because they're just brave themselves and they want to be supportive of us.
When I actually talked to Janelle a little bit about us coming in business, she was a little bit nervous, but she knew that we needed this break, and she knew that we needed to be able to go and just, get back to our roots, basically.
In our polygamous culture, it's really rare for people to let it be known that they are polygamists.
It's kind of like outing my mom and my dad as well.
Well, it's a town that, it's so small that everybody knows their business. They're not necessarily always well accepted.
Cody's mom's so excited to see him.
Said, I wouldn't do this if I was you. That's my mom, though. My mom would fall on her sword for me.
I think we're in for a mess.
You just want to take my house, not each other, okay?
All right. I do declare, it appeared that Logan was riding in the front seat with Robin. So Robin managed to get her little boy crush in there. I'm convinced she had a crush on him. I mean, but wouldn't everybody? He's a great kid. but creepy if it's your kid. Creepy. All right. Because he was the one that was helping and moving into the next car and everything. And I know he was sitting in the front passenger seat at one point. I think it was her car. Of course, Cody can't be there, so she gets the next man in charge. All right. Let's see here. Robin saying that her kids love getting down and dirty. Okay. I don't believe we've seen, maybe it's on the way home from this trip, the time that they decide to walk up on the mountain, and she's like, oh no, they might fall. Oh no, don't. Ooh. Yeah. You think she lets them play in the dirt? No, I don't think so. Aurora runs to anyone that comes through the door. She ran to beat all the kids. You see a lot of that in the episodes. Yes, Luella. And this time it was, shockingly, Brianna. Brianna's the one that ran up to Grandpa Wynn, as well as Grandma. I just won't go back 5 minutes, 10 minutes. 10 seconds. Oh, well, we're going to watch it from there. Well, maybe we can do this. There we go. We'll just start it there. Okay. I apologize. It's commercial started and I wanted to get it back. Yeah, I don't believe that for a second she lets them. And it was Brianna who ran up and went, Grandpa Wynn, ran up and gave him a really big hug, as if it's been 10 years. All the kids ran up excited, but she ran up frenetic. It's very interesting. I just feel like it's because she was trained. Now, when we get there, this is what you do. Because I don't think it's very natural for kids that age to essentially a stranger, and maybe that she met them once before the wedding and that's it, 2 times in her life. And she was like, hey, I am sure Robin said, now when you get there, this is what you do. You run up and give them a hug, say you're excited to see them. That is true, Janet. He didn't check. And it cost him over $5,000 for not checking. Not only not checking, but just this past weekend, my husband said, well, it wasn't past weekend, in the past week, he's like, hey, can you go on Amazon and order that filter that you got last time? Since it's already in there, just get the same ones and just get it for both the cars because I want to change the oil filter, change the oil and the filter before you go on your trip. There you go. Because that's what a man would do, Cody. Just saying. All right. Oh, Logan's purpose was to run into the gas station for snacks. Poor guy. Deborah, good point. Logan's the one with the rock hard abs and nice pecs. So true. He is. I bet any money Hunter has him now too, but Logan for sure. Yeah, see, you agree with me, Jennifer? She just always seems to manage to. I mean, in fairness, he was the only Janelle boy that I think was nice to her. I shouldn't say was nice to her, but embraced her. I think it was an act. It seemed pretty clear that he was not excited about her coming into the family, but Logan knows his place and he knows he's sort of instead of the second AD, the second Cody in the family. And yeah, he just took on that parent role. But yeah, he's so histrionic. She'd fall on a sword for me. And these references to medieval times that he has. Boy, how many times, put in the chat, how many times do you think he went to the medieval knights round table thing where you sit down and have dinner and you watch them like sword fight? It's called knight something, isn't it? I think I've been to one once with my son years and years ago. I went to a pirate one. That one I remember, down around Disney. But I do believe in Branson, Missouri once, when my daughter was at an animal camp. We stayed in Branson until she was done and then took her back because it was in Missouri. I think we went to one of those night ones. He would remember. It's kind of a blur because it's sort of not my thing. But I was happy to go with my son. All right. He was little at the time. Well, not little, but like elementary school. Okay, here we go.
To move. When we became public and the investigation was announced, it scared the crap out of us. And my mother called me and said she was concerned. She was praying for me. The heaviness of the police investigation wasn't something I wanted to put on my mother or my father. And so it wasn't something that we discussed there. I wanted to be away from it. I didn't want to think about it. I'm not going to put it on them either.
Close. I think it has Renaissance in the name and medieval.
So we're going to a ranch in Wyoming for a vacation, but when you go to the ranch, you don't sit around. It's a working vacation. You don't work, you don't eat, that kind of attitude.
Oh,
so we're going to paint
Robin's
my mom's
kitchen
house.
neat.
We're also going to help my brother-in-law, Tim, drive cows to a corral where we're going to separate the calves and vaccinate.
And the first thing we needed to do was get a coat of primer onto Janelle's house.
That's Cody's mom.
Yeah! This is so say yay, we get to be covered in paint.
Oh, no, we don't want to cover in paint. We just want to paint my house, not each other, okay?
That's Janelle saying that. Cody's mom.
We bought this house and it's never been painted. We live on a ranch. We don't have time to do things like painting. This is wonderful. I'm excited.
I think the house is even standing up straighter now that it's gotten getting painted.
That's Janelle's mom.
Feeling better, yeah.
Isabel, what happened? It's all over. You're a mess.
Isabel has it all over her face.
We were really excited to have Robin come into the family. There is a certain shaking up that happens. Everyone is insecure at a time, and but yet after the dust settles, it just adds assets to the family.
We call it kind of like a wheel, and there are certain spokes in the wheel. Each wife is a spoke in the wheel. Well, when another wife comes in, then every one of those spokes has to move.
To be balanced.
And the more spokes in the wheel, the stronger the wheel is.
Hey kids, let's eat.
It's a good analogy. I just don't think it applies.
Here's the funny thing about a mother.
Now we know where Cody gets his analogies
What's
from.
hers is mine and what is mine is mine. Because she'll give me anything that she's got. So this is my mom's breakfast. And she's so sweet.
I've said in the past that most of my family disowned me or was appalled when I made the decision to join the faith. The only exception is actually my mother, who was trying very hard to support me. So she came with me to visit the family just to see what it was all about. And I don't know, she also became intrigued with the faith. And so she made the conversion to the faith, and then she actually married Cody's dad. I got to know Wynn, and I really became quite attached. Didn't work that way at first with Janelle and I.
Janelle's mom met my dad and they fell in love, and they got married about 3 months before Janelle and I got married.
3 months?
When Cheryl came into the family, I had a difficult time because I was jealous. She was beautiful. She was educated. She just was vibrant, and I took care of kids and she took care of Wynn. And so it was a difficult thing for me for quite a while.
It's taken some time, but we finally have worked through all of those things.
I consider her one of my very best friends now.
And me
She
too.
just,
Me too.
she just is a delight to be around.
Like one of those joking things that are joked about in polygamous circles, and it's usually derogatory. But I just want to make it clear this is not anything funny going on here. It was just a matter of circumstance almost.
Yeah. Things worked out. That's right. Each wife contributes to the marriage her own self, her own personality, and she is a strength in and of herself. Janelle has attributes about herself that give our family situation strength, and I do too, but they're not the same. But if you learn to look at it to where what she's got that you don't have is an asset, the fact that you don't have it is not a liability.
And in the end, it's all very cool because we have some remarkably beautiful children, and they are their grandparents from two sides.
See, it's so great. So they come for the summer and they get to do the whole grandma thing in a compressed experience. You know what I mean?
Hey, Uncle Tim is one of the most intimidating people I know.
You want to go watch wrestling? You know what wrestling is?
Yeah.
Do you?
Garrison looks like he's like
not
7 years
The
old.
back seat with a girl. That's wrestling. We're going to do wrestling.
I know.
He's funny, and you can almost never tell when he's serious. But his humor, it's like serious based. So like when he comes up to talk to you, you listen.
You haven't taught your kids
Dry
about
sense of
wrestling
humor.
yet?
No, Tim.
Okay.
Thank you very much for taking care of that for us. We actually haven't.
He had that at the wedding, huh? He's
Purpose in life.
Yeah.
Uncle Tim is the one that
Okay, so who do we have and who's
spoke
doing what? We
at
got
the
lunch?
burial, not the wedding,
Can we
the
have
burial.
the kids do the cattle thing for a while?
They can, and most fun for the kids will actually be when we get to the working corrals.
That sounds great.
This is the difference between your ranch life growing up and mine. We're going slow. We're going to enjoy it.
To go wrong when you just rush through it all.
It does. Cows go through fences. Cows get stuck in ditches. Kids fall off horses. They break arms. We don't scream at cows. We don't hit cows.
We're nice to cows.
We're nice to cows.
Tim's new style of managing animals
New style.
was
He wasn't gonna
let's
stretch
take
him out.
it easy, and the humans and the animals don't get too stressed out. So we saddle up the horses at the main ranch house, then we load them in trailers, and then we drive them out to the pasture where the cattle are grazing, and that's where we start the cattle drive.
Now let's go! We don't want to be all excited and wild.
Not doing good.
A lot of things happened. I wish I could take back.
It looks like he is running after McKelty after she's fallen off of the horse with his horse, holding his horse. You can't let somebody else hold the reins. Let me go check on my daughter. No, his horse. Unless he caught her horse from running away. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was what was going on. All right. I judged a little up front. That's, it happens. Yeah, not a whole lot of branches in that tree. No. Okay, I found something very interesting. I'm like, this is worthy of and another thing, or maybe a whole video. Nah, it's probably an and another thing. Not that much to say. But I was kind of curious when Uncle Tim, which is Cody's brother-in-law, was looking at Cody and talking to Cody and saying, we do things very different than you did here. And we are now, but he would say, we treat the animals with gentleness. We do not yell at them. He had all these instructions for how things are different now. And basically it was about being kind to the animals. Was this before Temple Grandin? Temple Grandin is like the first person that figured out how to get cows to go in for vaccinations and into the slaughterhouse, basically. She had autism, and she could kind of see the mind of animals differently than other people could, and created these circle ways. Like, you can't just take a cow to slaughter or, where it doesn't want to go. But they would like these circles, and like she kind of saw things as circles. So she created these things where they would lead the cows in and they would circle around and circle around and circle around and eventually walk right into the area where they get slaughtered, I guess. They may also be for vaccinations. At any rate, it puts them into, I think they were vaccinating the first time I saw it, because it would put them into like a guillotine area where it would put something around their neck and hold them there. And then I think they would give them shots, maybe brand them, and then they could let them go back out again. Anyway, I feel like that happened before this. I feel like that was a long time ago. So being people on a ranch. I mean, I know about this. It's kind of my speech therapy background is how I know about it and the autism connection. But if you worked on a ranch, you should know how to treat animals properly to get what you want out of them. They're just like humans, really, in a lot of ways. If you're kind to them, they will do things for you. If you're not, they may rebel. This is a new experience. New experience for Cody. Okay. Little Miss. Wasn't in the early 1990s. That seems about right. Early 1990s seems about right. Maybe even earlier than that, because it was the early 1990s that I went to a conference and I saw her speak. And the books were already, she had at least one book already out. So it may have been more in the later 80s, unless maybe, I don't know. What do I know? Maybe she just published the book and then happened to also speak at that time. All right, I am going to start it back up. But before I do, we are switching our banner because I am on top of things today. Here we go. Those are our exclusive SOS supporters. And I am now going to tell you who they are, because that is one of the benefits of that level, as well as the big supporter level, the mid-level. Come on, let's open up. Here we go. Well, no, there we go. It has a mind of its own. Okay, we'll start with the exclusive SOS supporters this time. We should start with big supporters. Exclusive SOS supporters are Emma Taylor, she's our newest one. Birdie K, Living an Eclectic Life, Anonymous, Joni C, Sharon, Cindy Gregory, Laura McWilliams, Dee Dee, Steamfrog 99, Julie Hornberger, J. Lou, Jennifer Harmon, Lady Stark 277, Carol Annie D, Holly Jones, Marie Lingham, Evie, Steph Stevens, Stacy G, Vanessa, Shotzi Peace, Tammy G, Marsha Cooper, Diane Almeida, Farron Allman, Kendra MP, That's My Shoe, Amy D, I'm Your Huckleberry, Libby Sher, Lindsay B, G Kitty 52, Lisa, Xochitl Amarillo, Lisa Gasca, Tracy's Fractured History and More, Alexandria Swan, Shanna Banana, Rain Lady, Cheryl Smith, Sarah Lewis, Sean J, Marie Crab, Waldo's Mom, Lisa F, Danny Towns, Michelle, Ms. Lida, Ladybird's Mom, Donna Redmond, Jessica Denham, Kaylin, and Alyssa 1704. Thank you for being exclusive SOS supporters. And a shout out to our big supporters. They are Alwyn the Mini Chef and his mom. Barbara Dijic, Meredith McAndrews, Mary, Liz S, Karen Perk, Leslie Reddick, J Shanty 3, Linda W, Carla Colson, Aaliyah, Crafty Florida Lady, Shaniqua Smith, Lynn Skinner, and Knit My Bit. There we go. Thank you all. And thank you all to the Keep the Lights On level people as well. I appreciate all the channel members. I know not everyone can be a channel member, and I completely understand that, but I appreciate everything everyone does to support this channel. Showing up to the live streams, watching the videos, before you do your Amazon shopping, just going through my link first. You don't have to order the stuff on my stock. Just go through my link. And it benefits the channel. You know, the little change adds up. Yep. Like between $25, $50 a month. Like, it's good money. It's good extra money. It adds up. We've got that Shure microphone coming soon. Okay. So thank you. Thank you. All right. Back to the comments. So I am on track with everybody. And oh, knit my bit. Kiddos is children. I was 10 when my family moved to Sweden. We lived there almost 5 years, and I learned that language good. It ended by summer of 2020. Today, I can say that I can't Swedish. Yes, kiddos is an endearing term for little kids running around. Kiddos you would think of as like a bunch of young children bouncing around and having fun. You would call them kiddos. Like you wouldn't scold a kiddo. That would be a child by their first and last name. The children were bad, and you would never say the kiddos were bad. Kiddos is sort of a positive note. Okay. Little Miss, thank you for being a new member. Is it showing up on the screen? It is not. Hang on a second. Oh, I didn't even see this before. Tracy, member for 7 months. And it says you're the best, Jenny. I didn't even see that. Little Miss just became a new member. Thank you for being a member, Little Miss. Appreciate you. Okay, we are back. We are at about roughly 22 minutes. Turn the volume on, Jenny. That'll help.
Cody's family ranch in Wyoming. We had got the first coat of paint on Grandma Janelle's house and needed to let it dry, so we took a break from that and helped Uncle Tim get all the cattle driven over to the corrals so that we could get them vaccinated.
A cattle drive essentially is we all get on horses or on foot and we move the cows over the ground from one place to another.
We're headed west, right along the bottom of that hill. We're headed west.
It's like riding a bike. If she bucks, you try and jump off before you're thrown.
Hey, Hunter, you look natural.
Logan looks even more natural on a horse. Oh, he lost his hat.
I've never seen our kids ride before. I've never seen Logan and Hunter and Maddie here in their element. This is totally their element. I really had no idea.
Well, every summer my sons Logan and Hunter come and they spend most of the summer. It's been a long time, I think, since Christine or Mary's kids have been to the ranch for any great amount of time. And this will be the first time for Robin's kids.
We just want to be nice and calm and gentle by the time we get there. We don't want to be all excited and riled.
On the cattle drive, Dayton was walking, so he was kind of grumbling. But Aurora and Brianna were riding, and they were having a blast. They love horses. So they had a great time.
I'm sorry. Pause. Robin said on the cattle drive, Dayton was walking, so he was kind of grumpy. I'm writing this down for my own notes too from the show. And I might do a recap of just these. Maybe I'll start at season 2 because I've already forgotten about season 1. Dayton was walking, so he was kind of grumpy, but the girls were riding horses, so they were happy. And then what you can't see, because I can only play the audio, is that then it cuts to Robin riding on a horse. I could never ride on a horse and make my son walk. I couldn't do it. Especially if he wants to get on a horse and ride, like all his big brothers were doing. He walked. And she said, he was a little grumpy. He was walking. And you know, she doesn't know how to ride a horse either. Okay, I just wanted to say, I know a lot of you can't see this, so I wanted to make sure that you knew what was going on. All right. Kitty, thank you for being a member for 4 months. I'm here watching on the big screen. Oh, yay. Maybe I'll pull back. Okay. I should really pull myself together before these. Here we go.
So rough. You've got pasture separated by a quarter mile of rocks, sagebrush, and very rough terrain, gullies. So this is reasons you have to drive the cattle with horses.
I'm trying to get them to go down this draw.
It's awesome. Yeah. So halfway
Janelle's
through the
walking.
ride, Hayden wanted to get on a horse. If you can't get in here, you're not right. Can you control the horse? Yes, I can. Good job, bud. Peyton wanted to get on a horse. I'm like, Peyton, it's got to be that. He's like, Mom, I'm experienced. You're an experienced horse rider? Well,
Experienced
really?
horse
Oh, yeah,
rider.
I'm fine. And honestly, he got on the horse. I'm like, wow, you look pretty good up there. He's like, yeah, I told you, I'm experienced. What experience has he had?
I think some of the kids are just naturals and must just be in the blood.
Seeing Logan and Hunter in their element, I had no idea why they liked it so much. But seeing them on the horse, I was kind of like, wow, they look good on those horses.
Her
That's
mouth
amazing.
agape.
And then I understood. Like, oh, that's why they want the ranch life every summer. And now I want my kids to go up there.
Once they start crowding, once the ones in back get up here, they'll start going in. Oh, come on, Cal. Come on. Come on.
I'm tired of making it so they can't go over here. How do you stop this?
It's a really cool
The whole
experience
place
for those
there, like
kids.
where the homes are, is probably 20 acres maybe. There's a kind of a main road where like your mom has a house and my mom had a house, and
Yeah,
they're
they're about
about
a quarter mile from
quarter
each other.
mile apart or so.
Okay.
Back at my mom's house, Janelle and my mom were cooking up dinner to bring out to the ranch hands.
And then dump it in the.
And then I've just been trying to put
Oh,
them in
here.
this.
Do you have a scraper?
Oh, so they're
it's
at
either blue or white
Janelle's
in there
mom's
somewhere.
house.
Well, one of the things about cooking for the group like we had, we have learned to buy things that don't spoil in large quantities. And it's because then I know I have something or we have something, then we trade back and forth whoever needs it.
Do we have any cornbread or anything like that, or do I need to get some bread?
Well, we've got potatoes.
You got that in the oven and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Speedy Gonzalez.
When you want a baked potato tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things I really
Yeah.
appreciate about the kids is they eat just about anything I put in front of them. My only problem is fixing enough.
They have this tremendous companionship.
So
They're never
Robin's kids
alone.
came.
As long as the two of them are alive, we'll never experience true loneliness unless they're away from each other.
As Cody's dad's, getting older and is, and
Looks like they'll maybe outlast him.
yeah, I think there's probably a safe bet that they'll probably outlast him.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
That's right. I forgot that you're all
Wow,
right.
that
Yeah, it's okay.
prophecy came true.
I see in them what I have here with my sister wives. I think that our relationships would continue. I don't want to think about that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, no, we're still
This is
together.
weird.
It's like, you know what I mean? I mean, our relationships are separate from my relationship with Cody. So, I mean, they function separately.
Yeah, they do. They have to.
Yeah.
Now a little bit more.
Mary, you'll step into this area here too. I'll see if I can bring the cows. You
So
got it.
Mary just stepped in
So
poop.
the four of us wives were out helping Tim get all the cows to where they needed to be. And the kids were out riding horses. Everybody was having fun. One of the horses was acting up, and we told the kids not to ride it. And then Madison came running in saying, McKelty's going to take off. She's trying to take off with that horse. A few minutes later, we see McKelty's horse come running back.
And not McKelty.
I see her take off on the horse. This head goes down between her legs, and McKelty comes flying up in the air. She flies to the side. She comes down on her hip, and hell, you don't know if something's broken. Not feeling good. Okay, it's just raw.
Needs to be dealt with now.
Cody's explanation to her, first of all, he's just approaching her and he goes, okay, it's just raw. It's just raw. How would you possibly even know? Even a doctor's not going to know right away without an x-ray if there's any kind of hairline fracture or something in there. It's crazy. All right. Okay, so I want to think it's interesting here. Janelle's prophecies. First of all, she's talking about how her relationship with the sister wives are separate from Cody. They have their own separate thing. Isn't that interesting? Because the fact that she has this relationship now with Christine outside of Cody is driving him crazy. But all the way back here in season 2, beginning of season 2, she said, my relationship with the other sister wives is a separate thing from Cody. And then Ryban chimes in, yes, it has to be that way. We're still, I know we're going to go through this whole season, maybe the next one too, where she just keeps inserting herself into these couch interviews and being she always acted like she was the queen knowledge expert on all things polygamy. But she just loves her camera time, boy. I bet she trained her kids to be in front of the camera. We'll get on camera a lot. It's important to be on camera. Then you'll see yourself on TV. So when you see those guys with those cameras, whatever they're filming, try to be up in that group. I can see it now. Boy, I would not put that past her. Janelle's other prophecy is that the 2 wives were going to outlive Wynn. I mean, it wasn't that far of a stretch, but it did come true. You never know. Different things can happen. Okay. Okay. No lifeline for McKelty. No, here we go. Knit my bit. This is a good question. How are they unsupervised with such large animals? Oh, Cody was with them. Clearly not close enough. Not close enough to supervise the fact that the kids don't get onto this one particular horse. Yep. But he was on a horse with them. So it was all the wives were with Uncle Tim. And they were they just scooping up poop? They had like shovels in their hands now that I think about it. I can't remember what they said they were doing. I know Mary stepped in some poop. But Cody was with them. I'm trying to think what other adult was around. Not Wynn. Wynn was sitting in the living room the whole time, just reading his book. So he wasn't on the cattle drive. I feel like at one point I saw a still shot and there was somebody else there that I didn't know. So maybe there were other uncles or maybe some of the older kids, right away, as soon as they got there. The one, Stephen was his name? I can't remember. One of the cousins came and gave a hug to Logan. So, all right. Yeah, Aurora manages to be in every shot. Yeah, you're right, Amy. It's just raw. There's 4 years of undergrad and then additional 4 years of med school is helping me diagnose you right now. Oh, wait. I don't think I even made it through a semester and I dropped out. Just long enough to have a tryst. And then off on the mission field I went. Okay. Okay. Oh. Tracy, interesting take. Robin is like a Gypsy Rose. Real stage mom. Okay. Anonymous said that, whoops, I clicked on another one. Oh, that's all right. Let me read this one. Mirna, good for you. I made sandwiches. I couldn't handle the heat. It's pretty hot. I'm heating things up in the microwave that I made yesterday. Although yesterday was just as hot, but I made stuff in the crock pot, so there you go. We had horses growing up. Then we all We had horses growing up. They were all amazingly well-behaved horses. My parents still never allowed us with them alone. They were always paying attention. And this in particular is a horse who's not well trained. And Gordon will have how many kids? 16 kids just randomly running all around. Yeah. Okay. Your chat is so funny. Makes me laugh. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep going. McKelty on the ground.
So McKelty has come off the horse. She's screaming.
Robin never screamed.
Well, I'm a little concerned because she's in pain, and I saw her come off that horse.
Oh, he even
So I have
saw
her roll
her.
to her knees. She's still out of her breath. She's still crying. She's still in pain. Is it just because it's sore?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Still in pain. Remember, one twinge of pain, and we're calling life flight. That was his other line with Robin.
And I help her stand up because, if her body's broken, the pain will come before she stands. So if she moves her own body and we're not forcing it, it's okay.
A weird.
Oh my God.
What's her?
My back. Oh my God.
Okay. And I need you to walk a little bit. Okay.
Oh my God. I can't move.
Now.
She's not putting any weight on her one foot.
She landed right there. I have to get on this horse before it becomes a problem.
Immediately after McKelty's thrown off the horse, it's very important that the horse be taught that it can't get away with being naughty. Otherwise, the horse knows that it can do this and get away with it.
Dad, am I getting
No, you back away. You know what, Gwendolyn? Gwendolyn, I said back away now. Don't get near this horse. Do you understand me?
Cheryl's a nurse, and so I'm going to have Cheryl take a look at her and see if she can get her boot off so we can, assess her leg a little bit at her ankle. She's having a hard time putting any pressure on it. So I don't know from her, but I just want her to get off of it.
So if you went to the right, that was correct, and just follow that on around, and then you go to the right again. McKelty fell off a horse.
Who did?
McKelty. And so Christine wasn't sure how to get out there. And,
They're gonna take her
and
to a
so
doctor, or
I don't know.
Does she need a doctor?
I don't know. How's McKelty?
Ouch.
Ouch, huh? Yeah. You hit on this side?
It's more of like right.
Can you push on my hand? Push hard. Hard. Okay, does that hurt when you push hard? Okay, but when you push on my hand, it doesn't hurt you. Okay, all right. I didn't think there was anything broken, and I told Christine that, but I felt like there was just something out of alignment from the jar of being falling. There was just kind of a pinched nerve, and that's why she was hurting. As a nurse, I'm certainly not a diagnostician, but I just took a look at her. But I felt like she needed to go to get back in an adjustment, to get back in alignment. We're trying to work out something to get her to, for someone to take a look at her. So, well, just since she's so uncomfortable right now, it needs to be dealt with now.
I'm going to take McKelty to the chiropractor so we can really find out what's going on with her.
Grandma Cheryl,
Uh-huh.
did McCoty come in here?
No, honey, she stayed in the car. She didn't want to move very much because she was hurting.
Does Grandpa live here?
Sometimes,
Is Grandpa married to you?
And
Grandma Janelle?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then he lives at two houses here and Grandma Janelle's house.
Mm-hmm. Boy, Isabel, I think we're about ready to go. I'm just
Isabel's a little
making
girl
sure I
talking
haven't
to
forgotten something. I'm good at that.
Grandma Cheryl.
I called it. Did you hear me call it? You know what? We told her, we said, no kids get on this horse. And she took off on it. And not only did she take off on it, she took far away off on it.
Did you hear me call it? She's gonna get picked off.
We told her, and she decided to disobey. So
I think
it's unfortunate.
I want to say I told you so bad.
It's a very hard way to.
But I'm not.
Maddie. That's sweet
I tried
of her.
to hide mine.
She knows better. That was Maddie who said, I want to tell her I told you so bad, but I'm not. This is true siblings. Oh, Verna, my 34-year-old autistic daughter has more heart in her pinky than Cody does in his entire body. Totally believe that. I totally believe that. Whoops. There we go. Sam, I hate the way Cody acts, period. Yes. Hi, Soshitel. Welcome. Oh, gosh. Maddie is such a sister. She is. Oh. Cowgirl on Chrome. I was in a bad buck off, fractured my neck in 2 places and broke a few other bones too. Oh my goodness. That is a serious injury. Serious. Do you have any long-term issues related to the broken cervical? Wendy's front yard. Yeah, it does. Janelle's not coming across very sympathetic here. You can tell that they were over Maddie when this happened. They were over her. And Janelle's probably just mad at being disobeyed. So she found out that, oh, she can walk and she can feel all 4 appendages. We told them not to get on that horse. Oh my gosh. Can't you see it? I mean, how many times you're like, are you okay? Oh my gosh, I did that with my daughter. She totaled the car. Yeah, my 4.8 whatever honor student, involved varsity cheerleader, now a veterinarian. Yeah, she's the one that was driving too close to a pickup truck in front of you. As many times as I say, have 2 car lengths between you so you have time to pass, especially if it's a truck and you can't see. So I got up there and she was crying. I gave her a hug, the site of the accident. And I'm like, are you okay? Yes, everyone's okay. Yeah, we're all okay. And then we like move the car over and I'm like, I was so angry. The number of times I would ride in the car with her when she would drive, and I'm like, you're too close to that car. You are too close to the car in front of you. Yeah. So once you find out they're fine, then you're like, I can relate. Oh, goodness. Liberty Lisa. All the reasons to go to it. Oh, yeah. All the reasons they went to chiropractic. Appendicitis. Go to a chiropractor. Broken bones. Go to a chiropractor. Hi, May. Welcome to your first live. All right. Oh, Cowgirl's all healed. I'm skipping through the chat, so I didn't hear, but I am glad that you are good now, Cowgirl. No long lasting. Cancer? Go to the chiropractor. Y'all crack me up. Sam, we did do season 1. We did season 1 during the break. During the break between the mid-season break, which wasn't mid-season, after like episode 20, before the 4 Garrison or 3 Garrison. How many Garrison episodes were there? Were there 4? I want to say there were 4. Okay. Okay, here we go. We are hitting go. We are at around 32 minutes.
What have you done to my cow?
Okay, here we are.
We went so late with the cattle drive because we got a late start. We'd been painting the house, but also Tim, Cody's brother-in-law, really wanted to be sure we didn't stress the cows out. So he knew we had to work them in one day.
Vaccination.
Basically, what we had to do is we had to get all the cows to the corrals and then put them through a chute so that we could vaccinate them so they don't get sick. The process of putting them through the chute and stuff, we had like 4 or 5 stations. Uncle Tim was vaccinating and doing all the fine work that needed to be done. Hunter was behind him, pushing him up, and I was holding the cow's head and putting the tag on it so we can identify him and mark it.
It's a family event. This is what I saw Temple Grandin have the people.
So
what's for
we were at
vaccination?
the ranch in Wyoming, and we finished up the cattle drive, and my mom Cheryl brought us dinner out to the corral.
Don't feed the cows, no leave it.
All right.
It is
What I thought
dark
we'd do
outside.
is put utensils and bowls, and then fixins, okay?
So there's a big fire outside.
Tim said he had one more camp he wanted to do, and then we were going to break and have supper.
So nobody's
Let me tell
eating.
you what we got. Let me tell you, please. Workers go first, they asked, okay? Wait. Okay, there's baked potatoes here.
Let the bigger boys go first.
Baked potato here. Baked potatoes and chili. Okay.
Aurora's standing there looking like she's going to cry, holding her plate.
Grandma Cheryl is usually so quiet and laid back. And she was trying to tell everybody about, what was going on with dinner and stuff, and nobody was paying attention to her. So finally, she just yelled, she belted it. Everybody's like, oh!
Thank you. Okay. Baked potatoes here, chili here.
The chili is good.
That was Isabel. I think it is either Peyton or it's dark. Maybe Garrison.
McKelty, it looks like.
They're all eating and enjoying it.
He's the best chiropractor.
Was it? Did you break anything?
Are you still bruised? Cody lifts up her shirt.
No, but my hip came out of place.
Oh, so they had to pop it back in?
All right. That's really good.
Maddie kept telling you not to get on the boy horse, that it was a not very trained horse. It was like only 5 years old. So I got on the boy horse just to prove her wrong. It really didn't work, actually. It didn't work proving my sister wrong. It did not work. I called it, and so I walked over, and she was really hurt, so I didn't say anything. But when she got back from the chiropractor, I was like, I told you so.
I had a pretty fun day.
Cows are annoying.
It's good. Clean.
Hey,
We're done. Now it's time to put the things away, get the horses home, unsaddle the horses, let the cows out, and go to bed. And then go to bed.
We have 21 people in the family, and we're not going to fit.
Wow, McKelty's still limping quite a bit.
So Robin stayed with my mom.
Just to kind of get to know her better. And I stayed with my mom, and my kids are with me.
Some of my kids stayed at the ranch, but Mary and I also got hotel rooms in town.
I wonder if he picked up the luggage rack. No, he didn't, because it was Mary and Christine. He didn't even stay with them. He stayed with Robin.
Biggest armfuls ever. Oh, whoa, big that good, Tatum. Whoa, Nelly.
Can we take these leaves home?
No, we're not taking the bags of leaves home.
We rustled up cows one day. Now we're going to rustle up our 16 kids and get them painted.
Would you come help, please? Hunter boy, come here. Tell him to get his butt over here.
I think this is wonderful. I've got a lot of grandkids and daughters-in-laws helping on my house. I don't even have a paintbrush, so I can't do it.
That's Janelle, Cody's mom.
One day we had to do the primer and then let it dry till the next day. And the next day we had to actually paint the whole house. And then we had to let that dry until the next day. And that day we had to do paint all the trim.
I don't know if we can get this painting done.
We need to get it done.
The wood is dry and it's sucking everything up and it's taking forever.
This is looking gorgeous.
It's going really well. I'm really glad to be getting this done for Jill. She deserves it. She's a great lady. She's done a lot of good for people. And so being able to paint for her and help her out is really a cool thing.
One of the things that Christine told us was that she had siblings that could not acknowledge their father in public. And she did not want that for her family.
Mm-hmm.
And so Cody wanted to come out of hiding, and that's what they decided to do. They had an opportunity to tell the world about their lifestyle. And it took a lot of courage. It does take a lot of courage. I tried to hide my lifestyle for a long time, and it doesn't. It's no good because you're not being honest. They wanted to be honest with the world, and they have been.
That's Cody's mom that
And
was
there's something
talking.
really great about going home to your roots. It just kind of grounds you.
Going home to your
when you've
roots?
been
These
up
aren't
in
your
the
roots.
Clouds, your head's like all these crazy things going on in our lives. It's nice to just get rooted and go, okay, I remember who I am.
I remember who
We're
I
so
am.
excited.
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. That's a very interesting way to lie, is to just create a whole different story. Oh, kind of like possibly her whole lightning bolt story, which could just be Christine's story that she stole, but then put in the book, and then Christine didn't stop her. That's the part I didn't get. But at any rate, so what's great is about going back to your roots. Okay. And there's no roots here for her whatsoever. They, for the past 15 years, have been visiting this farm. And of course, the boys have been working on it for full summers for a few years. So she's excited about going back to her roots. And what was the second thing she said? About oh shoot. I'm gonna hit.
Be honest with the
So this
world.
is Janelle.
And they have been.
Now who's Robin?
And there's something really great about going home to your roots. It just kind of grounds you. You know, when you've been up in the clouds, your head's like all these crazy things going on in our lives. It's nice to just get rooted and go, okay, I remember who I am.
I remember who I
We're
am.
so excited about Grandma Janelle's house. I can't wait until she sees it.
I hope we can get it done so she can
Why has
see
her
it
head
done.
been in the cloud when your head's been in the cloud?
It's all
Because she just got married?
flickery, and all you have to do is take one wrong step and they're down the hill.
Ah, shoot. Okay. I'll turn the computer sound off. Forgot to hit sound off before the commercial. When the commercials are on, it doesn't let me. I just find that very interesting. Very interesting. Verna, Robin spells Wyoming with a Y, but my cat Ruby Tuesday. Smarter than her. There's nothing like going back home to your roots. She's not even been married for a year to this family. This is not going back home to your roots. That is insane. And it grounds you. And when your head's been up in the clouds, it helps me. I remember who I am. So is she saying that, like, I've been living on cloud nine since I've been married to Cody, and this experience is grounding me? Like, that's a very, interesting way, the way that she put it, if that's what she means. Like, oh, I haven't been participating and I've been acting like I'm in love, and that's not right because I'm in a polygamous marriage. So it's so nice to be grounded. That's not what she said, but let me interpret it in a good way. For Robin. I remember who I am. How could she remember who she is when she's probably been on that farm once in her life? And that's maybe. They've only been married for a year. How often has he had an opportunity to take her up there? They didn't go up there for the honeymoon. Cody would take other wives to the ranch for the honeymoon, or to some people's ranches and houses for the honeymoons, but not Robin. No, she went to a San Diego beach vacation. That's where she went. Oh, my goodness. So now she remembers. I'm glad. I wish she would have elaborated on that. Who are you, Robin? Why did this experience remind you who you are? Ay, ay, ay. I don't think so. But I'll look into, but I'll keep I'll try to remember to always tell you before I start. I stopped at, this is on max. I know everyone's a little bit different. We're right around 38:30 is where we're going to pick up. This will be the last segment of the show, 38:30. I'll try to remember to always say it. I know there was a plugin that you could do back when I was using the other software. But even at that, I don't know how to do it. I don't know. I'll look into it. I got to write that on a Post-it note. If I write that on this sheet of paper, I'll never see it again. This sheet of paper is for all the things I want to remind myself of when someday I do a video on things. Is there a plug-in for StreamYard for timer? Okay. Okay, just another lie. You're right, Sam. Just another lie. Rack them on up. We were about 2 episodes in when I'm like, we can't count the lies that Robin tells. Although I saw in a Reddit thread a while ago that somebody else went back and counted it. And they were at like 580 something. 580, I think it was. Somebody went and counted lies. Okay, here we go. She has to show she's superior in how much she knows and how righteous she is. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This was good grounding for me. It probably was, though, because she wasn't the center of attention, because they treated everybody equal on the ranch, and she just wasn't used to that. Those new wives were happy that she was there, but the fact that she stayed with Grandma Janelle is annoying, because I wonder, she didn't mention if, well, probably her kids were there. So she and her kids, and she said, so we could get to know her a little bit better. And because Cody was going to stay in his house that he grew up in with his mom. So there you go. Doesn't matter whose night it was. Robin and Cody were together that night. Okay. You're welcome, Twyla. You're welcome. All right, here we go. Last segment.
It's all steep and it's
This is still coming up. I went back 10 seconds.
And they're down the hill.
The kids have been working really hard, driving the cows, painting Grandma's house. We kind of feel like they need to blow off some steam. So we're going to drive over to this big rock and do some climbing, let them have a good time.
Oh, they intended to go there just to climb.
And finish doing the trim.
Okay, kids.
Brianna, stop! Brianna, stop!
Robin, she'll be fine.
Listen to Robin.
They're on a cliff.
I'm trying to not laugh at you.
I know.
It's not a cliff. It's like a incline.
Aurora! Sit down, Aurora!
It's all steep and it's slippery.
It doesn't look slippery at all.
One wrong step and they're down the hill.
Bone
My
dry.
mom loves us very much, so she wants us to be protected. So, and she doesn't want us to get hurt.
I'm always, you
That's
be nice,
Aurora.
you be nice, you be nice. You stop that, you stop that. I'm always refereeing. And these guys are like, unless you're bleeding, don't come tell me. And I was like, oh my gosh.
I'm just more casual as far as parenting styles. I'm like, you know what? Kids are going to get hurt. Kids are going to have broken arms.
I mean, we're not going to put them in bodily harm, but there's a certain amount of physical confidence that comes from experimenting with your body on riding horses and jumping things and climbing things. I mean, we're always watching. We care about that the kids are safe.
Right here.
Hi, Mom! I'm gonna have Logan come up.
Hey, sis. I didn't bring my buddy for today, okay?
We look after the little kids.
just to like keep an eye on, make sure they're not getting hurt. There's always an older kid with them when they're climbing the rock. But we also let them learn for themselves. Like, yeah, like if they're going to do something stupid, then they're going to learn for it. Like McKelty here.
Yeah. Maddie. Good dig.
See what I'm doing? I'm pushing my legs as a wedge between the two rocks. I think you could be a rock climber.
I'm surprised Mary's not climbing. She always seems like she's up for this kind of stuff.
And then you push your legs up. It's an inch at a time, and it works.
I can only go so far. The height freaked me out.
Janelle's up there.
Good job.
Oh, Mary is up there. Okay. Oh, so is Christine.
You're on your own. Don't look that way. She looks.
Oh, Robin is up there too. Well, of course she has to go because the fat ones with stretch marks were doing it. So
when you get up there, it's like you can see out forever.
According to Robin.
There is my dad's ranch.
Oh my gosh, there's Eagle Rock.
One of the backfields. And it's like being on top of the world.
I think it was really fun for the kids to go and just blow off a little steam and climb the rocks.
We're here in Booneyville. We don't have to be public figures right now.
And I see the end of the vacation coming. I'm like, okay, I have to shoulder that again. So, I mean, there's a definite almost melancholy for me because I'm like, oh yeah.
I think the kids had a wonderful experience.
Yeah, it was good.
It was a wonderful experience.
Grandmas love having all the kids around.
I'm very excited to get my mother's reaction on painting the house.
I hope she loves it.
I hope she cries.
It's actually a very good use of the word.
Excited.
It's been fun. I just got to get back to. It's been
So
nice
now
to
the
have
two
you.
moms are walking together.
18 years we've been sister wives.
We've been sister wives. Thick and thin.
Yeah, through the thick and thin. Yeah. You know, it's been since you quit work that we've gotten a lot closer.
Yeah, because the hours I had to keep, we just weren't able to get time together that much. Yeah, so it's worked out better. So it's been nice.
Oh yeah, it's been fun.
Oh, look at all that family. Hey, you guys, what have you done to my house? Oh my gosh, Janelle, look at that.
Aww, they painted it yellow with white trim. I thought it was white for some reason. They made it look really cute. It needed paint.
It shines like it has a halo.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to go backwards because I just want to see who runs first. Oh, Brianna. Oh, and there's Aurora. She's second.
It shines like it has a halo around it.
That's Janelle, Cody's
That's
mom.
what it does. It shines. Oh!
Aw, she's crying. That's sweet. She was happy. That's nice. Okay, I do believe that's the end. I don't know why it went to commercial without next week. I'll keep it running just in case. They have like a little thing at the very end. Okay, Shell. Hey, Shell. First live. You've been on the channel before though, right? Shell, I've seen you on the channel before. Is this your first live though? That's amazing. Welcome. Oh.
Two sleeping bags on it. We're buying 2 sleeping.
Oh, this episode. Okay, it won't go back any further. Okay,
We're
here we
buying
go.
2 sleeping bags on the way.
No.
Yeah, I'm not taking those. I'm not.
No, I'm not spending the money.
The number one question.
I'm
that
too
I
much of a
ask
prima
is
donna to
how
sleep
can
in
you
a
afford
sleeping bag without
that
with a
size
broken
of bag?
zipper.
All right, so I'm going to pay this. There's never been a moment when I thought, okay, whew, we can relax now.
So coming in the family and not working, it was like this huge transition for me.
I really did not see how the dollars and cents were going to work.
Huge
in my mind, just
transition.
going, please help her to see what value I am to this family.
What value are you?
I believed in.
Okay. I didn't even realize it moved on to the next one. I thought that was just coming up. Okay. By my third, I said, unless there's blood. Yeah. Isn't it amazing? It's so true. You don't think about it. I mean, you hear that with each kid you get more and more lax. And when you have your first and you want to, like, every time the pacifier drops somewhere, you're like, oh, pick it up, and oh, let's put it over here. It's going to go through the dishwasher, make sure it gets disinfected and all that. And here's another one. And by the second one, you're just like, a little bit of rinse off or just blow on it and back in. By the third one, you like put it in your own mouth to lick off any dirt, and then you stick it back in your kid's mouth. Just like, here you go. The other ones, they're all still dirty too. I don't have time to do dishes. We've got 3 kids. Oh, goodness. Okay. Crazy. Cody did use the word experience, but he used it appropriately. This was a wonderful experience for the kids. That was an appropriate use of the word experience. His new adjacent, odd use of it and overuse of it is very interesting. I wonder it's going to be interesting going through these to see like when that developed, because he only used it once that I remember. Lynn Skinner, you probably know how many times they used it. Somebody said that they couldn't even keep up with the drinking. So, but Lynn, you had like 7 words that were drinking words. It's like everybody's going to be on the floor. They were able to follow all of those. Okay, no song references that I saw that I remember Cody saying. So far, not yet. And probably there weren't any in the first episode either. I bet this is something that he developed, I want to say, my guess will be right around season 16. It's just a random. Right around the time all the craziness was happening and when he kept needing to prove his smarts and manhood to everybody. Cody didn't do any dirty work unless it was Moo. He done her dirty. Yes. Okay. Lisa, if we tried to count how many times Cody said I, the I in me, I this, and Cody, Robin, I should say, is the same way now, currently anyway, because I didn't really pay attention early on. I just didn't like her, and so I just kind of dismissed her. I pretty much was just excited every time Christine was on screen because she's so enjoyable to watch. She's positive. She is so good with the kids. She is a great mama and she actually is a great disciplinarian. I don't think she follows through. I think she knows how to be a great disciplinarian, but maybe she doesn't follow through because a lot of them aren't her own kids anyway. But like she admits, like her parenting style is lax in terms of letting them do stuff, but I think it is also in terms of misbehaving. Well, I take that back. Maybe she does. I completely take that back now that I think about it. Because the kids were all great kids. They followed the rules. They didn't break rules. They were all raised to be amazing kids with wonderful morals and values and smart kids and driven kids and independent kids. And none of them got into any trouble. I mean, how many other families on television can you say that of? Not that many. Once they get on TV, all of a sudden, 19 kids and counting, one went down. And who knows about the rest, because then the show just ended. I do believe the Bates family doesn't have any skeletons in their closet, but that was on some like really obscure cable channel, that was on at like 3:00 in the morning on Tuesdays or something when nobody ever saw it. But Lynn, you're following your drinking rules. She's drunk. We've lost our moderator. Oh, Unless you're raising kids on a ranch, then you pick up the pacifier out of the cow poop, wipe it off on your pants, lick it off the babe, give it back to them. It turned out fine. Yep. Yep. Not if it's your first. You wouldn't do it if it's your first. They're definitely by 3 and on, because I remember seeing people lick pacifiers and give them back to the kids and being disgusted and just appalled when I had my first. I was doing it by my 3rd. Oh, goodness. Okay, we are never going to hear how Cody really was, and the wives should just, yes. Yeah, he's going to insult them, but they will just zip it, right? Mm-hmm. Don't you think it's interesting that Janelle, Cody's mom, came out and said that Cheryl, that the way she put it, I was the wife that did the cooking and cleaning and that, and Cheryl took care of Wynn. That was a shocker to me. And Cheryl just sat there. Well, no wonder you had a hard time accepting her into the family. She was the one that took care of Wynn. Ah. Discipline is different in a large group of boys. That's true. Aw, Leonard snoring. Leonard, is Leonard the name of your new dog? Or is that your husband? To clarify for me. Because you know I can't keep up on all the chat. When you work with cows day in and day out, cow poop is nothing more than recycled grass and hay. Poop isn't a big deal when you live on a ranch. Yep, Nissa, we've lost our moderator. One moderator down. Rhonda Delph, are you here? It's our other moderator. She's a busy woman. She's often not here. Yeah. She was the Christine of the two of them, right? And Janelle's mom was more like Janelle, very, very buttoned up, very quiet. You can see where Janelle's personality came from, because she's very much like Cheryl's, very sweet, observant, and comments on things. But she's actually more stoic than Janelle even is. Mama took care of Camille a lot of things. That's true. I was just thinking that she was pleasing him. I was wondering if there was a physical element that made Cody's mom embrace polygamy. I don't know. It's a good question. What would drive a woman to say, I want to enter polygamy where my husband has other wives? I can only see it if I don't really like my husband anymore. But I feel like my faith is such that I cannot divorce him, barring, abuse and those type of situations, or he had an affair or something like that. But just if you just don't like him anymore, your faith says you can't. But you don't really like him anymore. Well, get him another wife, and then it's kind of like being on your own. So Janelle, when she said that comment, seemed like she was upset by it or bothered by it. But I wonder if there's a possibility she was just stating things as it is. Like, this is how we had it worked out. I did the cooking and that, and she took care of him. Like, the next line could have been, and I like it that way. I am done with Mr. Wynn. But now, mind you, there's another wife in between the two of them. They just never speak of her even. Not only is she not on camera and she doesn't want to be on the show, but there is no no talk of this other. Now, I wonder, let's see. Whose child is, so Cody's brother-in-law. It's possible that Cody's brother-in-law could be from the second wife. We don't really know that, do we? We don't have any concrete evidence that it was Janelle and that it was his biological full brother. It could have been his half brother, right? I never really thought about that. I always think of Uncle Tim. So, or sister, I should say, because Uncle Tim was married. It's a step. Because they wouldn't say step. They would just call it brother if it was by another mother. So he was married to one of Cody's sisters. I just wonder if the sister was from Janelle or was the sister from wife number 2. Not that it matters, but all of a sudden that thought came to my mind. I'm like, we're forgetting there's a whole other part of this family that we're not seeing at all. I keep thinking it's just the 2 of these wives, but no, there's one in between. Well, that's true too, especially as of late. Now, she implied that this is how it was early on, but it could be as of late that, he's got a lot of, he clearly seems to be somewhat out of it. He looked like he was also, maybe he had a touch of dementia or something at the end. Doesn't Janelle? I think I heard that recently, that Janelle has dementia. Lunty said that she was watching Garrison and you could see little looks that he did not worship Cody. Yeah, he was kind of his own boy, right? That could be. I wish people would stop with the fireworks. Come summertime, every night. Sometimes it's a festival that's nearby. And I live in the suburbs, and I actually live where a bunch of suburbs meet. So when each one is having their home days, there's always a culmination with fireworks. And then, of course, the 4th of July, there'll be fireworks somewhere nearby. But yeah, the personal ones too. There's Janelle's earthy, everything earthy. Maybe Mama was too. Maybe Cheryl was earthy and Wynn was into that. Again, I'm still not 100% sure what that means, but I get the gist. Oh, Julie, I think it's just because that's how they get to heaven. Yeah, they believed it, that you needed to have the 3 wives. So maybe she was not thrilled with the choice, but thought, well, maybe we'll never find another one. Because, it was later in life when they got together. It was later in life. Did Wynn have kids with any other wife? Does anyone know? I was just thinking about that. Because Wynn and Janelle, they were adults. They had an adult child when they went into the faith. And then he had another wife who I believe had kids from a previous marriage. So I don't think that there were any. I think that Cody and his siblings from Janelle and Wynn would have been the only one. Okay. Bobby, yes, thank you, Sam. Bobby's the middle wife. We know nothing about. I'm surprised there's been well, maybe there has been. I don't have time to search. Or even every now and then, like I say, a Reddit pops up on my watch. I don't know why. It seems very random too. Once every 3rd day, one Reddit. And I'm I know there's been a million other ones. I don't know how that works. But at any rate, I'll click on it and read it. But I was going to say, I'm surprised there's been no pictures out there of Bobby. Of oh, here is wife number 2. Not on the show. Has anyone seen a picture of Bobby? Or like a family shot of all of them so you could pick out Bobby in that? I'm surprised I haven't seen nothing. Leonard is your puppy. Oh, Leonard is like Leonard. Yes, you've been called Leonard Skinnerd for most of your life. I could see that, Lynn Skinner. I don't know much about that band. Little miss, do not put fireworks in your mouth in order to light more. Who would do such a thing? That was one of my most gruesome facial injuries as an ER doc. Oh, little miss, you were an ER doc. Go, girl. That is insane. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. Didn't Wynn divorce Cody's mom to marry Bobby and adopt her kids? Oh, yeah, we just learned that recently, didn't we? Yeah. So her kids must have been younger. Maybe she was a lot younger. I wonder how jealous Janelle was when Bobby came into the family. They just won't talk about it because she doesn't want to be on the show. She obviously also said, and I want there to be no talk about me whatsoever. Don't mention my name. Maybe she was also scared more of the whole polygamy thing. So she's like, don't associate me because I don't want my kids associated and I don't want there to be any problems. Maybe she was still in the paranoid stage. But that is true, Lunty. We just learned, Robin just shared that with us. After saying that she didn't know anybody. She'd never heard of it happening. And then, oh wait, except for Cody's father actually did it. Oh, gosh, she has some blatant lies on the show, right? Let me write that down. I remember that Robin lie. I got to do another episode of Robin's lies. I was going to do a whole series of them. I started one. And then just the show takes over. But maybe this summer. I'll do a Robin's Lies one. So that was didn't know anyone. Divorced to marry kids. To marry and adopt kids. There we go. That's one of the real blatant ones that we have visual evidence of now, where she contradicts herself that we can pull up. That is similar to the most recent one, the camping one. Her southern accent. So suddenly she said it with a southern accent. I was on my knees throwing up all night long. It's not the exact word she used. Oh, classless. Just reading the chat without context is hilarious. It's true. Because as I scroll through, every now and then I'll just read these random lines. I actually literally, with my first live, started writing lines down and thinking, this is hysterical to just read out. By the way, here are things that happened in the last live. And just read this, there'd be this random line about Metamucil. And then there would be these great digs at Cody and Robin and good jokes about that. And then all of a sudden there would be something about things in my house that dogs lick or something. It would just be these random topics of conversation that would just crack me up. I like the y'all are just chit-chatting away. All right. I don't think I have a funny thing, but I'm going to read one that I have in here. I may have read this last time. do have a few in here, but I haven't pushed to the side, which means I'm pretty sure I read them before, but they made me laugh really hard, so I think I saved them. All right, let me read this one. I may have read this before, but I'll make sure I delete it this time. Actually, let me just pull it out. There we go. So now I'll know to delete it. This was Ruth Carroll. And what she wrote wasn't funny, but it was like the way I read it. So do you remember how I said in the chat, I was scanning and I thought Kathy was saying something about I blocked her? Ruth Carroll wrote, "That was not necessary. I wish you had just tapped out." And I just remember thinking, holy cow, somebody's going in hard at me. And then there's, "I'm embarrassed for you" on there. And I'm like, what? And then I saw the name that was Ruth Carroll. And I'm like, Ruth Carroll? How did I insult Ruth Carroll? And then I went back and I figured it out. Let's see. Sure, "That was not necessary. I wish you had just tapped out. Rude. I'm embarrassed for you." Oh, I forgot what it was in response to something else that somebody wrote in the chat. They weren't, it's not like they were fighting, but it was like about something Robin did. And she wrote this in relation to this comment that somebody wrote about, "Remember when Robin blah, 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 blah." And then Ruth Carroll wrote this. I just remember reading it and being like, oh my gosh, somebody really doesn't like me. I'm embarrassed for you. Like, how bad was my video? And then later on, Ruth Carroll's just like writing all kinds of other lovely things as she normally does. And then I realized the context of it. So anyway, I laughed at that. And then here's another one I'm going to pull out that I may have read, but I'm not sure. But if not, let me entertain you. This is from our moderator, Lynn Skinner, who said, "Robin ran out of fake tears, so now she's fake laughing. Why do they have Smugzilla on the Tell Nothings?" Smugzilla, what? Which she cloned in a previous text. Smugzilla. She doesn't know anything about anything. Might as well stop interviewing the king of Assholia because he refuses to answer any questions. And she wrote, "Thanks for the video, Jenny." It has 2 champagne glasses. Oh, funny. I just love that. King Assholia and Smugzilla. Those are good names. Smugzilla. And she acquired that one during this tell-all series. And King of Assholia, he's always been. But it's a lovely way to get past copyright. So thank you for helping us figure out a way to get around everything. All right, Kathy, I laugh when Cody thinks he's authoritative. Yes, he's the worst. He's the worst. Oh, Kathy, thank you for that super chat. I love you too, my Kathy. Hey, I thought of you, Kathy. I put a Forrest Gump reference in that video. Kathy always calls me my Jenny. From Forrest Gump. Okay. We are caught up on everything. Super. Fantastic. Now, I will be here most likely. There's really no reason I shouldn't be here. But in the event something changes, and I don't show up Tuesday, I'll try to just do a quick video or something and post it, or I'll at least list it, manage if I just have my phone and I'm on the road. I didn't realize, I kept saying I'll be back on Monday, so I'll be here on Tuesday. I am leaving Tennessee on Monday, but I will be spending the night in Cincinnati with my son, because I don't want him to drive that. He hasn't driven much at all. He was a kid, he was a COVID kid during driver's ed, and then he went off to college, and there was no car in college, so I taught him how to drive on my own. He never took a driver's ed class, and then he just went and took his test and got it, but he never really needed to drive. So he has driven 4.5 hours each way once, so he has been, but it makes me nervous. I know he's a grown man, he's 21 now, but anytime your children are doing something that, it's a death machine, cars, really. And when you just don't have a lot of experience, I just didn't want him to drive 7.5 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, however long it would be straight. So we're going to spend the night in Cincinnati. And so Tuesday, I am actually coming home. It's about 5 hours away. So there's no reason to not be here at all. Unless, and in this case, I will post it in the community post for certain. And I will try to take down, because if I stop, I might be able to get my laptop out and change it. When I go through Columbus, where my daughter and my son-in-law live, if it happens to be, if it happens to be her day off, which it's not supposed to be, but I don't know if she had her schedule yet, because she just started working as a veterinarian like this week. She took a good month and a half off after she graduated, just to relax and take a few little vacations. She just last weekend went to visit my other daughter in Tennessee. Went down to Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, and Atlanta, Georgia, just because she had the time off. So her schedule is rotating. And if she happens to be home when I go through Columbus, of course, I will stop and take her out to eat. So that'll be the only thing that would change anything. But as of now, that's not the plan. And I told her another time we'll connect. All right. So that's all I have. But I wanted to give you guys a heads up that there's a small, like 5% chance I won't be here next Tuesday. Or if my car breaks down somewhere in there, like weird things would happen. I'm driving the car that's fairly new. It's only 4 years old. So the likelihood of that happening is like, and we just had the oil changed. So it shouldn't be an issue. All right. Good night, sister friends. Love you all. Okay. Don't worry, Twyla. Yep, you weren't here at the beginning. I'm sure you checked the tires too. My husband changed the oil and changed the oil filter. I'm good to go. Because he's a man. Good night, everyone. See you next Tuesday.
I remember when Sonny and Cher got divorced when I was 6, and it rattled me.
I had a lover in college, and it was a little tryst. I was a naughty boy. I had a dirty thought, and I thought David and I should go on a guys trip together.
I might have to agree. That would be cool.
I just thought, no.
David out on a guy's weekend?
Yeah, that's just, it would be cool.
Oh, he was kind of up for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Things that make you go,